Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a CMP crew and neighbors came to the rescue of a woman in Richmond after a fire sparked inside her home.
Plus, Maine teachers came together to discuss financial literary education at the Augusta Civic Center.
And there's a new type of campground in Tremont ready to host guests this summer. We'll take a tour. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for tuning in. Emma has finally joined us on the morning show. We haven't done a two-shot in a month.
I know, I'm excited.
It's been a while. So, all right, nerves, how are they?
A little here and there.
Little there.
We're getting there. We're easing in.
The caffeine adds to it. It gets you all fired up, right?
It's fun, though. It's fun.
It's fun. Well, what else is going to be fun is we're going to have a beautiful weekend. But before we hit that, Emma will be joining our morning show. She'll be in here periodically while we get her trained on cameras and editing softwares and all that fun jazz we do around here. So welcome in. This is the morning show.
Thank you.
A little more eased back, relaxed a little bit, fun times. We talk about the weather a lot. Mm-hmm. So we'll be sticking with that this morning. Let's get a first check of our forecast. Meteorologist Devin Biggs joins us now.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. Alrighty, so a little bit of patchy fog concerns that we're keeping an eye on this morning. It's mainly outside our viewing area, but outside these observations, we're noticing some of these areas, seeing some reduced visibility. So please be notified of that. It's going to be very patchy in nature, while other areas may be clear. Other areas may be noticing some fog. On top of that, though, we have a new small craft advisory that was just issued this morning, running through 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday because of gusty winds that we'll be watching for. With our next area, low pressure that will begin to move in, and some of these will expire around 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning as we head towards your Saturday. Otherwise, though, we did have rain moving through recently. A lot of that's getting out of here, though. We'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for a while today, but decreasing clouds expected later on as we do get this area of low pressure that will begin to track off from the southwest going toward the north and east. We'll catch a little bit of a break, but a little bit more precipitation and fog will soon be on the way. As for the rest of today, again, we'll be seeing decreasing clouds, but more fog and clouds possibly on the way, and eventually some more rain that will soon be in the forecast. As for the wind, though, it's going to be picking up again, getting up to around 15 miles per hour in a few spots as we get towards Saturday morning. This is why the small craft advisory is in effect. So our early forecast moving forward for the rest of the morning period. Cloudy skies, maybe a few sprinkles early on. Temperatures in the lower 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Devin, thank you. First up this morning, 3 people have been indicted in connection with 2 homicides in Washington County. 36-year-old Darren Laney Jr. was indicted for murder. Back in March, Maine State Police responded to a stabbing incident on Sunshine Lake in Big Lake Township. They found 62-year-old Darren Laney Sr. dead at his home. A neighbor said both men had lived together there for almost 20 years. And also at the grand jury, indicted 38-year-old Donald Dana and 38-year-old Kaylee Brackett for murder. Both Dana and Brackett are from Perry. They are accused of killing 43-year-old Kimberly Neptune inside her Perry apartment back on April 21st.
Republican candidates stopped by Dysart's on Broadway for a campaign event with residents from the area. Both candidates are looking to take back their previously held seats. Paul LePage is running against Governor Mills, while Bruce Poliquin is looking to unseat Democratic Representative Jared Golden. Both spoke about changes they'd make right away if they were elected.
Suspend the fuel tax, suspend the tolls. That would add an awful lot of money into the economy, lower the cost of food.
We're going to reopen our supplies of natural gas and oil and gasoline and diesel that's refined and lower the price.
Bruce Poliquin will face off against Liz Caruso on primary night for the Republican nomination. Former Governor Paul LePage has no Republican challengers. The primary election will take place on June 14th.
The infestation of ticks contributed to a high record of death rate against young mooses tracked by Maine wildlife managers. Last winter, the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife collared 70 moose calves in remote parts of the state, and 60 of them have died by the beginning of May. The 86% mortality rate was the highest since the agency started the tracking survey. Lee Cantor, a moose biologist with the Wildlife Department, said the winter ticks are to blame. The ticks are a worsening problem in the areas of the northern U.S. and southern Canada that moose call home.
A dramatic fire rescue in Richmond. A CMP crew and neighbors had to coax a woman out the window and onto a ladder in that only room that hadn't caught fire yet. Brad Rogers spoke with the CMP workers who were behind the rescue.
These CMP linemen were wrapping up their day in Richmond when they smelled something burning and saw smoke.
It was coming from the distance right there, just huge black pillow of smoke.
They followed the smoke to this lakefront home on fire.
We got down there, the flames were blowing out of the windows and onto the deck.
I yelled, "Is anyone there?" And then the son was there and he's come over here, and he's in the corner of the house.
Lineman Jeff Dyer Jr., Adam Dewan, and Carl Urquhart helped him down off the roof. Then the rescue got more intense.
He said, my mother, she's still in there, and he grabbed that ladder, I grabbed the other end, and we ran around.
We see his mother in the second-story window, and the woman is in sheer panic. I mean, the flame is directly under her. We're trying to get her on the ladder. The son's up the ladder, trying to save her.
With flames shooting out the window and the floor below, they rushed to save her.
So we knew that she probably didn't have much time. She struggled to transition from the window to the roof and then to the ladder.
Neighbor Martin Noss says she started to climb down in bare feet.
Flames were literally encircling her feet at that point. And then she just kind of slipped, and the CMP guys were right at the bottom.
She ended up falling down the ladder a good 20 feet, and luckily Adam, Carl, and I were there to brace the fall, and we caught her.
What these guys did and were able to jump in and help for this family makes me extremely proud of all of our field workers.
She didn't have much time left.
It was about 4 minutes later, and that building was completely inundated with flames. So, yeah, she didn't have much time.
I'm just so happy we saw her in the window, because I don't know what would have happened if she wasn't in the window.
That homeowner is now at Maine Medical Center being treated for burns to her feet and legs. The hospital says she's in fair condition.
Gotcha. The time is now 8:07. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, many Americans are currently dealing with student loan debt. Borrowers in the state of Maine have racked up over $6 billion worth of debt. But now officials are warning about scammers.
But first, let's take another look at our forecast. A high of 63 degrees today, partially sunny skies. Some scattered showers will be moving in this evening. And tomorrow, a slight chance of rain for Saturday, but temps will be warming up to the mid-70s.
Make the call to unclog. Nichols Plumbing has been serving Bangor and beyond for over 45 years. Our community has placed their trust in us for plumbing, well and drain maintenance, camp weatherization, sewer and septic line repair and replacement, and we also offer 24/7 emergency services. Our plumbers are fully licensed and ready to solve any plumbing problem. 989-1533. Make the call to unclog.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
The FlexSteel Spring Semi-Annual Sale is in full bloom with fresh savings on fabric and leather reclining and stationary furniture, tables, beds, desks, dressers, and more. Furniture that comforts, furniture that endures, all with a blue steel spring at its core. FlexSteel, designed for living, built for life. Save big today during FlexSteel Spring Semi-Annual Sale.
Dorsey Furniture, open 7 days a week, Route 1A Holden.
Let's do it. Monday on Fox, Niecy Nash hosts a new music game show.
You are killing it!
Where contestants have to know all the lyrics or it's... Bye, bye, bye. All the right words have to go.
In all the right places.
It's the exact show viewers want now.
More than ever!
And with $1 million on the line...
Feels like I'm going to lose my mind.
Girl, you don't know how many days I felt like that.
Don't forget the lyrics, Monday on Fox.
The city of Belfast has a new chief of police. Bobby Cormier was recently sworn in to the vacant position. The position was previously held by Deputy Chief Dean Jackson in an interim role. Cormier says he has been a police officer for 39 years, including experience in Los Angeles, California, 14 years as the police chief in Tilton, New Hampshire, and time as an interim chief in Hartford, Vermont. He says he's looking forward to meeting everyone in the community.
For me, there's no problem, too large or too small. You know, sometimes people are afraid to call about the little things because they think we're too busy. And I'll be honest with you, all those things are important to me.
Cormier was unanimously recommended to the position by a hiring committee that included Belfast first responders and city officials.
The Maine Department of Education has removed from its website a video containing an LGBTQ lesson plan for kindergarten students. That was the subject of a Republican ad targeting Democratic Governor Janet Mills. The ad accused the governor of spending $2.8 million to create, quote, radical school lessons for the youngest children in public schools. The Department of Education quickly removed the video lesson plan after reviewing it. A spokesperson for Mills said Thursday the governor was not aware of the video and agrees with the Department of Education's decision to remove it.
The deadline for student loan repayments is still a few months away, but many borrowers are finding themselves being targeted by scammers. Dylan Holloway spoke with a student loan expert and shares ways that you can avoid becoming the next victim.
Many Americans are currently dealing with student loan debt. Borrowers in the state of Maine have racked up over $6 billion worth of debt, according to Y-Refi managing partner Mary Jo Terry. Currently, the student loan pause has put a freeze on payments until August 31st, but Terry says this has given scammers an opportunity to victimize borrowers.
What we've seen is an uptick in scams requesting information associated with your federal loans that may not be in repayment. Your loans aren't in repayment. Some people have chosen to go into repayment. And so what you're seeing is people are asking for your personal information.
Y-Refi is a national specialty consumer finance lender focusing explicitly on distressed private student loans, according to the company's website. Terry says scammers will call and send emails impersonating lenders to try and fish for sensitive information, such as bank account numbers and credit card information.
We're seeing a lot of things around, let's get your loans charged off, let's get your loans forgiven, give us $3.99, give us your credit card number. And last but not least, one of the oldest scams that's been going on forever is pay me and I'll help you complete federal forms.
Terry says these federal student loan forms should never cost money to fill out. She says scammers prey on the fact that many borrowers aren't fully up to date with how much they owe or who their loan servicer is. According to Terry, many loan servicers have changed within the last 2.5 years. And although scammers are becoming more clever, there are precautions borrowers can take, such as verifying their information on studentaid.gov.
Just take 5 or 10 minutes and be a little proactive. That way, if somebody reaches out to you and starts to ask for information, oh no, I've already taken care of that. There's nothing else that needs to be done. And you're discontinuing this process immediately.
Terry suggests contacting your financial institution, credit bureau, and local law enforcement if you believe you've been victimized by a scam. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
13 minutes past the top of the hour. After the break, educators came together to network and trade the best practices to continue teaching students. We'll have coverage from Augusta coming up.
Plus, we have an exclusive look at one of the border's most unrelenting territories. We'll be right back.
With the first pick in the 2022 real estate draft, the Maine home buyers and sellers select Luke. Get looped and get sold today with Next Home Experience.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
At Bathfitter, every quality bath starts with quality people. Our consultants help you choose from hundreds of bath options, so we fit your style. Our installers complete your work in as little as a day, so we fit your schedule. Our manufacturing team custom crafts your bath, so we fit your standards, and it's guaranteed for life. When you can trust the people who create your new bath, it just fits. Bathfitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Many of the area golfers keep returning to the Pine Hill Golf Course, offering one of the area's best greens, well-manicured practice greens, and spacious driving range to improve your game. Bring your family to Pine Hill Golf Course to play a challenging yet relaxing round of golf at an affordable rate. Our clubhouse is a great place to eat, drink, and learn. Don't miss your shot to play an affordable round of golf at Pine Hill Golf Course, open to the public and members. Pine Hill Golf Course, just off the Brewer Lake Road.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
More than 80 teachers came together to discuss financial literary education at the Augusta Civic Center. A.J. Douglas talked to educators who say it's never too early to learn these financial skills.
It's definitely going to be something that they're going to see every day of their lives. It's going to be something that they're going to need to pay bills. They're going to be buying things and purchasing things online.
Educators came together to network and trade best practices to continue teaching students from kindergarten to high school level. The Maine Jumpstart Coalition provides training resources to help maintain statewide teaching requirements. President Mary Dyer says young learners should be exposed to financial literacy concepts.
Delayed gratification, learning about the power of giving, a little introductory lessons around savings and, the importance of savings. You can really begin those early lessons as early as kindergarten.
I feel like I need to help build that foundation so when they do get into financial education classes in high school, they have a foundation and they have some of that background knowledge.
Samantha Dross teaches social studies and personal finance to 12th graders at Central Aroostook High School. She says a majority of her students come from low-income families and have little access to financial education.
They move on into getting out of school and on their own, really being able to understand debt and being able to understand their bills and how to get out of debt or not to have it in the first place is a really big challenge for the kids.
She says the best reward is seeing the progress in her students.
I had a student who said if it wasn't for you the other day, I would not have been able to understand what it meant to take out a loan for a new vehicle. And it's great to hear those things. They're really making connections.
Jumpstart Coalition invites more educators to log on to mejumpstart.org to get access to free teaching resources. In Augusta, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The time is now 8:18.
And let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. Alright, fog is another thing we're watching out for this morning. A few areas are noticing some patchy fog in a few spots. This may make things a little goofy when heading off for work or school this morning, so please be careful with that patchy fog. It will be slow to burn off too, as the clouds will be slow to get out of here. A small cloud advisory was just issued this morning, running through Saturday at about 11 a.m. in some areas and in some other spots, though, expiring by about 11 a.m. or so, as we're keeping an eye on things that it does continue to develop, though, but again, mainly until 11 a.m. or so. But meanwhile, though, watching all this here, tracking off towards the north and east, we have some precipitation moving through recently. Now it's just a fog and a few passing clouds. We might see some sunshine during the afternoon period as we get the system out of here and the clouds will begin to break up. More clouds, more fog possible with more activity just off towards the west. Otherwise, though, wave heights are quiet for now in our neck of the woods, only at around 2 feet, but 6 feet farther down toward the south, and these will be increasing with the winds that'll begin to pick up rather soon. And some of those winds could get up to around 15, maybe close to 20 miles per hour later on this evening, and lasting through the overnight period as well, so we'll have to wait till about tomorrow or so before the ocean begins to calm down. Our average high is 67 degrees. We'll be in the lower 60s today. Now thinking middle 70s on Saturday. This is a pullback from the lower 80s originally, and we're still thinking lower 80s for your Sunday before cooling off a little bit into the upper 60s to lower 70s as we head towards next week. So futurecast again, mostly cloudy. The fog will be getting out of here as well, but sunshine coming out in the late afternoon as well. More fog, more clouds on the way too, as we'll be watching our next little system trying to sneak in here. Now, as we head towards Saturday night, some showers and thunderstorms will also be possible, so we need to watch out for that, as plenty of rainfall will be on the way for the next few days. We're going to run this all the way through Monday. Some areas could see up to an inch of rain before we're all finished up. So your forecast coming up for today, some morning fog, then decreasing clouds this afternoon. We'll have highs in the lower 60s and a south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 51 degrees, rain showers, some areas of dense fog yet again. As south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially later in the day. We'll have highs in the middle 70s and south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Already your Card Enterprises extended forecast storm chances continuing through Sunday. Temperatures in the lower 80s. We dry out on Monday. Mostly cloudy, highs in the lower 70s and upper 60s on Tuesday under a mostly cloudy sky.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday, all-day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with french fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with french fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-headed pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
You don't stay in business as long as Rowell's Garage unless you're doing a lot of things right. Since 1946, Rowell's Garage in Dover Foxcroft has seen many customers drive off the lot completely satisfied, and they keep coming back. Why? Things like a wide selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Incredible customer service. A repair center that does it right the first time and on time. But the biggest reason, like new quality vehicles at a pre-owned price. So save yourself the hassle and save yourself some money. Rowell's Garage, Dover Foxcroft.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The Tell It All.
Name something Grandma wears that might also fit Grandpa.
Yeah, I know my grandma used to have a beard.
The Spicy Seniors.
Hey, Eddie, why they call you Fast Eddie?
Because he made me so happy so fast.
Whoa! Steve, it was a triple and a home run, baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
We're 23 minutes past the top of the hour. I'm Joe Cortez. Here's your national spotlight. President Biden is making his first trip to Asia since taking office. With the war in Ukraine continuing, the alliance between South Korea and Japan is in focus as the region monitors the ongoing threats from China, Russia, and North Korea. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
On Thursday, President Biden began a 6-day trip to South Korea and Japan to meet with Indo-Pacific leaders about trade and the global economy. But his strongest message may be a warning to China to stay out of Taiwan and not to take cues from its ally, Russia.
We have to stop the Russians in Ukraine by supporting the Ukrainian government to push Russia out so that China doesn't get any ideas about what they can get away with Taiwan.
Taiwan considers itself a sovereign nation, but China views it as a breakaway state. Last year, China increased its combat aircraft flights over Taiwan, then last month held military drills there.
More tough talk, more airspace incursions, more evidence of their utter disregard for the rule of law.
Discussions on North Korea are also on President Biden's agenda as suspected COVID cases there explode and its rogue nuclear program expands. White House officials warn Kim Jong-un may be planning to launch another missile test in the coming days.
We are preparing for all contingencies, including the possibility that such a provocation would occur while we are in Korea or in Japan.
White House officials traveling on Air Force One said President Biden has no plans to meet with China's president on this trip, but the two may talk in the coming weeks. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Fox News has an exclusive look at the Big Bend sector of Texas. It's one of the border's most unrelenting territories. Despite its massive and dangerous landscape, agents there are battling the human and drug trafficking with fewer resources than other areas. Fox correspondent Bill Malugin is in Eagle Pass, Texas, with the latest.
It's rugged and remote.
104, you copy?
With searing hot temperatures and mountains as far as the eye can see.
You got roads in Mexico, dirt roads that come to right here.
Reminiscent of a Martian landscape, the Big Bend sector in West Texas is the most unforgiving terrain all along the southern border, and we're embedded here exclusively with Texas DPS. On the ground, we're led by Texas DPS Sergeant Jimmy Morris, an expert tracker.
I just don't see him going in the open like that.
He works under the blistering Texas sun to track down illegal immigrants who hope to sneak through without detection.
Folks right here, they don't want to get caught.
He looks for footprints that guide him in the right direction.
Yeah, I got him right here.
After hours of tracking drug smugglers, the trail heats up. We follow Sergeant Morris into the dense brush, where we find bundles of drugs that have been ditched. The smugglers are close. Moments later, with help from CBP officers, the smugglers are found hiding in a nearby bush. They come out one by one. 5 men in total, all placed in handcuffs. A short time later, the rest of the drugs are found nearby. 5 bundles in total, 50 pounds each.
How often do you see this sort of thing out here?
2 weeks ago, sir, we saw it on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and for sure every week.
We also come across the body of a 28-year-old Honduran woman who succumbed to the Big Bend sector's brutal heat, likely after falling behind her group. Tragically, she's one of many.
They just left her.
And that woman's body was found more than 30 miles inland from the U.S.-Mexico border. She was also just hours away from a nearby highway she was likely trying to reach before she died. Reporting in Eagle Pass, Texas, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, Spectrum has made a donation to the Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness. Details ahead.
Plus, we'll take a trip to Tremont as a new type of campground is ready to host guests for this summer surge. We'll have this and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
On the next Last Man Standing.
My dad's not coming to graduation. If you're there, that's all I really need.
So she's no longer the exchange student that lives with us. Now she's a child that we've stolen.
A visit from Dad goes bad.
I think you look nice, Dad.
When he comes with girlfriend attached.
She's so quiet, this one. I have a lot to say. Why?
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back. It's Friday, May 20th of 2022. Alas, the weekend is upon us. Any good plans this weekend?
I'm going to Bar Harbor to see friends. I'm excited.
Oh, that'll be great. We have a good weekend, and Devin Biggs has the forecast in just a moment. Hopefully you'll see some sunshine.
Yep, I hope so. It was on this day in year 1310, shoes were made for both the right and the left feet for the first time. And here's a quote from the 20th century. It was on this day in 1926, Thomas Edison said, "Americans prefer silent movies over talkies."
Talkies, that's a new one for me.
Yep.
I learned that one this morning. I was like, Talkies, that's a new one. Well, it was around 7:40 a.m. on this day in 1927 that Charles Lindbergh took off from New York heading to Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis. It was the world's first nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean.
And 5 years later on this same day, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic.
And the pop singer known as Cher is 76 years old today. Former Maine Governor John McKernan is 74. And today is World Pick Strawberries Day. Strawberry season's upon us.
I know, I didn't know it was this early.
I know. I was like, well, I feel like strawberries in summer really have that nice little, they go together perfectly.
Yep.
Maybe a little
Perfect
smoothie.
Fruit. Yep. With some watermelon.
Ooh, watermelon sounds delicious.
Perfect
well,
combo.
We're going to have to get the fruit ready for this weekend because it's going to be beautiful, and hopefully we'll see a little more sunshine. Maybe not temperatures in the 90s.
I hope so.
Devin Biggs has a first look at our forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. Alrighty, so a little bit of patchy fog concerns that we're keeping an eye on this morning. It's mainly outside our viewing area, but outside these observations, we're noticing some of these areas, seeing some reduced visibility. So please be noticeable of that. It's going to be very patchy in nature, while other areas may be clear. Other areas may be noticing some fog. On top of that, though, we have a new small craft advisory that was just issued this morning, running through 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday because of gusty winds that we'll be watching for. With our next area of low pressure that will begin to move in, and some of these will expire around 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning as we head towards your Saturday. Otherwise, though, we did have rain moving through recently. A lot of that's getting out of here, though. We'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for a while today, but decreasing clouds expected later on as we do get this area of low pressure that will begin to track off from the southwest going toward the north and east. We'll catch a little bit of a break, but a little bit more precipitation and fog will soon be on the way. As for the rest of today, again, we'll be seeing decreasing clouds, but more fog and clouds possibly on the way, and eventually some more rain that will soon be in the forecast. As for the wind, though, it's going to be picking up again, getting up to around 15 miles per hour in a few spots as we get towards Saturday morning. This is why the small craft advisory is in effect. So your hourly forecast moving forward for the rest of the morning period. Cloudy skies, maybe a few sprinkles early on. Temperatures in the lower 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin.
Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness received a donation from Spectrum on Thursday. Since 1996, the nonprofit organization provides service to promote wellness and healing within communities. To help the Wabanaki's mission, Spectrum has donated $1,000 through the company's national philanthropic program.
This program is known as Spectrum Employee Community Grants. COCEO of Wabanaki, along with members of the Bangor City Council, as well as Spectrum officials, gathered at the organization's office to commemorate the donation.
Sometimes when somebody has their first job or a job and they need that work boots or something to start their job the next day, or they've got their first apartment and they need a mattress to start out, something that's good and clean to start out with, an emergency car repair, a tire, and things like that. So we are very grateful for this gift.
Jordan says the organization will be using the donation for the Wabanaki Rising Emergency Assistant Program to help cover unmet needs to those who are struggling. The Eastern Area Agency on Aging has partnered with Shaw's and Humana to collect pet food for their Furry Friends food bank. The agency is primarily asking for wet pet food and cat litter. Donations can be dropped off Saturday at 353 Main Street from 9 a.m. to noon. Executive Director Rebecca Kirk says for some elderly community members, their pet may be their only access to companionship.
And the cost of pet food could help them with their own personal food insecurities.
For a lot of us, I think we consider the pet to be a part of our family, but as we age and our other family members go about their way, a pet can become our entire family. And when we can't care for them in the way that we want, it's almost heartbreaking.
For more information about upcoming events and how to donate, you can log on to eAAA.org. And a luxury campground is opening its doors in Tremont.
Brooke Riley toured it and shows us what to expect.
A new type of campground is ready to host guests in Tremont.
We've created what we call the Village,
And we wanted guests to be able to come here and feel like they've gone into a different world.
The village at Acadia Wilderness Lodge is home to 8 yurts, each with a living room, kitchen, bathroom, 2 bedrooms, and a loft, along with a private outdoor area.
We tried to create an environment that's very inviting, very comfortable. Feels like you're connecting with nature, that you're outside, you're outdoors, but you're still comfortable inside.
In the middle of it all is an outdoor space for guests to play lawn games.
Families can get together and play Connect Four and play cornhole and outdoor ping pong.
Kenya Hopkins' mother-in-law, Becky Hopkins, says the land was gifted to her son James from her late father, who told him he could do whatever he wants with it.
James thought about selling it, and then he just couldn't let go. And he said, I want to do something extraordinary with it. And being extraordinary means being able to come home. And so this has allowed him to come home.
The project has been about 4.5 years in the making. Kenya Hopkins says turning the land into the campground did not come without hurdles, as their initial application for more than 100 sites was denied by the town.
We found a way to accommodate tourists, respect Mother Earth, respect nature, and do it in a way that is very considerate to the town.
She says they have more land they would like to utilize, but the request is facing opposition.
We've been working with the town for the entire process, and so we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to be gracious to our neighbors and make sure we listen to concerns from everyone.
Becky Hopkins says their goal is to ultimately give guests a space to enjoy family time.
The hustle and bustle is kind of gone. You can go to Bar Harbor during the day and have fun, and then you come home and just settle in and relax with the kids and have a fire.
The first guests will be checking in on May 27th, and they plan to be open through the fall. In Tremont, Brooke Riley, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
There's currently a 3-night minimum stay, and those interested in booking a trip can visit AcadiaWildernessLodge.com. If you get a chance to get out there, you may have to check it out. Maybe not stay the 3 nights, but check it out when you're out there.
It's on the backside of the island. There's not as much stuff over there. That's exciting.
I know. It is. So it's really exciting to see that stuff come forward.
Yep. It's good. And still to come here this morning, the hometown Bangor Rams have started the season with a 10-1 record. Hear how a senior has been making huge contributions.
We'll be right back.
Take your waterfront experience to the next level with a ShoreMaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through ShoreMaster's many options and accessories and match you with the right equipment for your waterfront. And with ShoreMaster, it's easy to make future changes or additions. ShoreMaster docks are easy to install, but Hammond can arrange for professional installation if needed. And statewide delivery is available. Enjoy life on the water to the fullest with ShoreMaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Kids eat free all summer long. Find out where at hotlunchsummer.com. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer. Ooh, it's a hot lunch summer.
At Johnsonville, we ask crazy questions every day. Like, what if we made strips of sausage that look like bacon? Would they taste better than bacon? Turns out 1 in 4 Americans like Johnsonville sausage strips better than bacon. Then we asked, can someone who likes sausage strips better than bacon still be considered American? Then we remembered, you can't spell sausage without USA. Johnsonville sausage strips, better than bacon, and possibly more American.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Belfast, is sponsored by Renew Me, a thoughtful and intentional way to care for yourself. Come and be renewed at our beautiful location on Main Street in Belfast. Home Supply Center, a hardware and houseware store located in the heart of downtown Belfast. We are the problem solvers. Stop in or call today. And Comfort Shoes and More. See us for quality name brand shoes and your perfect fit. Comfort Shoes and More, Newport.
Massive thunderstorm is moving through our area.
Looking for an escape? All you have to do is ask. What can the island do for you?
The Usos take on Arcade Bro in the Tag Team Championship Unification match. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern tonight on Fox.
Good morning, everyone. Well, in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Celtics jumped out to a big lead early, only to see it dissolve with an ugly third quarter. Game 2, well, helps to have Al Horford and Marcus Smart back in the lineup. After missing Game 1, Smart, with an early impact here, buries the three-pointer from straight away, and there was a lot of that in the first half. Early in the second now, Jason Tatum with a hand in his face basically from the exact same spot. They were 9 for 11 at one point from deep, and they just kept it going. Later in the half, Tatum out in transition here. The pass from Peyton Pritchard. He rises up and throws it down to make it an 11-point lead. Look at that extension and the finish. And then later in the quarter, it's more Tatum here. Little spin move and the step-back jumper. That is good as well. Celtics roll in the second half. That was basically the story. 127-102 is the final. So Game 3 is now set for Saturday at 8:30 back in Boston, all tied at 1 apiece. Now to some baseball here. Bangor has been rolling this year, jumping out to a 10-1 record to start the season, and one senior is making a huge impact for the Rams. Tyler Cruz has more.
All his hard work is hopefully going to reap the rewards.
After just one season of high school baseball, Bangor's Colton Trish knew he would be taking his game to the next level.
It was a pretty early commitment, but I knew it was the right decision.
Trish committed to George Washington University, a D1 program, right before his junior season, after losing his sophomore season to the pandemic.
Just fell in love with the coaching staff. I mean, they're all great guys. Coach Oliveri was the pitching coach at the time. They changed. Coach Kavanaugh is now the pitching coach, but I really fell in love with him. He reached out first to me, and we kind of just started texting from there.
So even though his college decision has been wrapped up for a while, Trish never lost that edge.
Colton is always ready to go, and he wants the baseball, and so, he's important to us. He's important to his teammates.
In fact, the commitment has been one of the driving forces for Colton, both on and off the diamond.
No, it was really just kind of a motivator, honestly, just keep working, because, I know, obviously, I don't have a guaranteed spot there, so it's kind of just working to get to that next level as well as being the best in the high school level as well, too.
Trish is the ace of the staff for the Rams, and he hits leadoff, too. So far, he's been a big part of why Bangor has started the season with a 10-1 record.
He sets the tone for sure, batting leadoff if he's not pitching. He's always set the tone to getting on base. He's very fast. He can steal. He can hit, plays good defense. But when he's pitching, too, he's almost like a different hitter, I think. He's almost more dialed in. It's crazy.
And his impact off the field is pretty significant as well.
I think he's just a hard worker. He's determined. Just a great kid, more importantly, on and off the field. So we're just lucky to have him, and we're glad he's on our team.
Trish and the Rams are prepping for their biggest game of the year on Friday, hosting also 10-1 Oxford Hills in a battle for first place.
Playing a really good baseball team, and we're a really good baseball team, so I think it'll be a good playoff-like atmosphere under the lights at Mansfield. Two really good teams. I think it should be fun.
Reporting from Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you, Tyler. So first pitch for that one is scheduled for 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the local collegiate starting nine was back in action on Thursday, with Maine facing Hartford in Game 1 of their final America East Series. Black Bears in an early 4-0 hole here, and it really didn't get much better in the fourth. It's Derek Tenney who takes Trevor Labonte deep to left field. All Scout Knotts can do is watch it fly. 6-0 Hawks lead early. Maine not going quietly, though. 6-3 game. Ryan Terren delivers a 2-out, 2 RBI single. That makes it a 1-run game. And then in the seventh, after Hartford able to extend another 5-run lead, Joe Bramante sends one to deep left center. And this one has the distance over that 370 sign. But the Hawks were able to add one more in the seventh just for kicks as Maine drops Game 1 13-8. Was the final, and first pitch for Game 2 on Friday is scheduled for 1 p.m. Now to some golf here. The NCAA Division I Golf Regional Championships is in the books, and Mainer Caleb Manuel had a strong showing down in New Haven after capturing a share of the Big East tournament for UConn earlier this month. Manuel was in the hunt from the get-go, finishing at 2 under par. He was 8 shots off the lead, and that was good for 15th when it was all said and done. Now, the former Mount Ararat star says he'll rest up a little bit more this summer, but is very happy with his showing against some of the country's top collegiate golfers.
I was really pleased to be, in the hunt and have a chance, even after missing a few putts, to make a birdie on the last few, to have a chance. So, yeah, I'm pleased with the way I played this week.
So congrats to Caleb, and we'll certainly hear more from him as the summer rolls in with the Maine Am and some local tournaments as well. Already that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Make the call to unclog. Nichols Plumbing has been serving Bangor and beyond for over 45 years. Our community has placed their trust in us for plumbing, well and drain maintenance, camp weatherization, sewer and septic line repair and replacement. And we also offer 24/7 emergency services. Our plumbers are fully licensed and ready to solve any plumbing problem. 989-1533. Make the call to unclog.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Look at how beautiful that is. Next, Drew, a 7-minute dinner with your new favorite sauce? Chermoula. I want that sauce. Plus, Seth Meyers and Drew's News. Snoring. The average person can only stand it for about 90 minutes before they kick their partner out of bed.
I was looking at our audience, and a lot of people went like this.
Next, Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Friday at 3 on Fox 22.
And welcome back. Here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Betsabeth Perez was in labor with her 4th child, and the baby was coming quick. Surveillance video captured security officer Eli Davila helping Perez into a wheelchair and getting her into an elevator. When the doors opened, Perez is holding a baby girl. The birth was a 1-minute elevator ride. Perez thanked Davila for helping her to the next level. Dad Kamandre Cole, son Jacoby Cole, and daughter Aisha Gully all graduated from Mississippi State University Meridian at the same time. All 3 received degrees in education. Kamandre credits his wife, who told him he might as well go back to school with the kids. Father, son, and daughter are all now teaching at schools in Meridian. The Prague Zoo is the 2nd park in Europe to welcome critically endangered Chinese pangolins. Guabao and Run Hu Tang came from the Taipei Zoo in Taiwan, a rare acquisition because of the Czech Republic's political fallout with China. Pangolins are like scaly anteaters. The zoo's director considers them ambassadors of nature. And Anderson Carlos was shot during a robbery a decade ago and is bound to a wheelchair. He's part now of a group called the Inclusion Collective. The group helps wheelchair users take advantage of Rio de Janeiro's trails and mountains. Carlos says everyone deserves to get to know hidden places. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC7.
Maurice Bernard is one of the daytime drama's biggest stars. For almost 30 years, he played gangster Sonny Cornthros on General Hospital, but these days he also has another calling. He's doing something to help people with mental illness.
As George Pornacchio reports, he's been vocal about his own situation for years.
You can go through anything, and you, even in the moment when you think you can't, what my wife would say to me, you're stronger than you know, honey. It's like you have thoughts just zipping around in your head.
For 30 years, General Hospital icon Maurice Bernard has managed his bipolar disorder with lithium. Early on in his career, he was advised to keep his medical condition to himself. Instead, he went public, in part to help others.
Bipolar, anxiety, depression, whatever it is, it's the unbearable pain that comes. That's why you see people who commit suicide or whatever it is, because they don't want to go through another day of it.
Maurice says you need to keep going because it will pass. When he hears of someone who's committed suicide, most recently Naomi Judd, it hurts.
I always feel like if I could have had a conversation. I'm not saying I could have changed it, but I think that I could have tried and maybe changed their mind.
Maurice says the pandemic has brought more awareness to mental health issues. He knows the value of treatment.
Are you off your meds?
Why is everybody asking me about my meds? It took me 4 months, everything that I've done with mental health, 4 months to see a psychiatrist, and every day I had thoughts of not being here anymore. So it's too long. A day is too long.
Hoping to make a difference, Maurice is now sharing stories and interviewing others on his YouTube channel show, State of Mind with Maurice Bernard.
Most importantly, you have to know it's going to get better.
Maurice is getting positive reaction to his show, and during this Mental Health Awareness Month, it feels pretty good.
You can live a productive life. That's a fact. So I think this month helps that out tremendously, and I won't stop talking about it.
The next episode of State of Mind with Maurice Bernard is about a young man who spent 6 unbearable years in a Thailand prison, wrongfully accused, Maurice says, of drug and murder charges. It'll be up on his YouTube channel on Sunday.
And now here's Devin Biggs with one last look at our forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Card Enterprises. At Card Enterprises, we specialize in affordable quality vehicles. Financing is available, and we have a full service department. We are the home of the unlimited mileage warranty. Alright, fog is another thing we're watching out for this morning. A few areas are noticing some patchy fog in a few spots. This may make things a little goofy when heading off for work or school this morning, so please be careful with that patchy fog. It will be slow to burn off too, as the clouds will be slow to get out of here. A small cloud advisory was just issued this morning, running through Saturday at about 11 a.m. in some areas, and in some other spots, though, expiring by about 11 a.m. or so, as we're keeping an eye on things that it does continue to develop, though, but again, mainly until 11 a.m. or so. But meanwhile, though, watching all this here, tracking off towards the north and east, we have some precipitation moving through recently. Now it's just a fog and a few passing clouds. You might see some sunshine during the afternoon period as we get the system out of here and the clouds will begin to break up. More clouds, more fog possible, with more activity just off towards the west. But otherwise, though, wave heights are quiet for now in our neck of the woods, only at around 2 feet, but 6 feet farther down toward the south. And these will be increasing with the winds that will begin to pick up rather soon. And some of those winds could get up to around 15, maybe close to 20 miles per hour later on this evening, and lasting through the overnight period as well. So we'll have to wait till about tomorrow or so before the ocean begins to calm down. Our average high is 67 degrees. We'll be in the lower 60s today. Now thinking middle 70s on Saturday. This is a pullback from the lower 80s originally, and we're still thinking lower 80s for your Sunday before cooling off a little bit into the upper 60s to lower 70s as we head towards next week. So futurecast again, mostly cloudy. The fog will be getting out of here as well, but sunshine coming out in the late afternoon as well. More fog, more clouds on the way too, as we'll be watching our next little system trying to sneak in here. And as we head towards Saturday night, some showers and thunderstorms will also be possible, so we'll need to watch out for that, as plenty of rainfall will be on the way for the next few days. We're going to run this all the way through Monday. Some areas can see up to an inch of rain before we're all finished up. So your forecast coming up for today, some morning fog, then decreasing clouds this afternoon. We'll have highs in the lower 60s and a south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 51 degrees, rain showers, some areas of dense fog yet again. As south wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially later in the day. We'll have highs in the middle 70s and south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Already your Card Enterprises extended forecast storm chances continuing through Sunday. Temperatures in the lower 80s. We dry out on Monday. Mostly cloudy, highs in the lower 70s and upper 60s on Tuesday under a mostly cloudy sky.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's favorite neighborhood pub, is your destination to catch all your favorite sports and pub food. Don't miss a second of the action on our 24 TVs and big screen. Bangor's home for the NBA, NASCAR, college basketball, March Madness, hockey, and much more. We have the perfect pub food, too. Wings, burgers, fries, salads, weekly specials, and much more. We have what you crave. Stop in for lunch, drinks, and stay for dinner in our newly remodeled venue. The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's #1 sports pub, located at 14 Larkin Street off Main Street in Bangor.
Attention Maine fishermen, we want to see your biggest catch and for you to win some great prizes. Go to foxbangor.com and click on contest and giveaway, then upload your photo for your chance to win. Sponsored by Willie's Sports Center, Mill Mall, and Ellsworth. We have everything for fishing from trout to tuna, fly fishing, trolling, and ocean rigging. We carry back tire e-bikes to get to remote spots and snow dog utility machines. We have all your hunting and outdoor essentials.
Yes. 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 I'll have what she's having. And you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twists on your favorite comfort foods. Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts. What's for dinner is about to get way easier. And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
You know, we're a country that loves anything with a crispy, crunchy coating. Over the years here in the Test Kitchen, we've breaded everything from chicken and fish to veggies and even French toast. But today, we're going all out by taking one of our favorites to a whole new level. We begin by cutting an avocado in half, removing the pit, and cutting each half into wedges. Then we peel off the skin and toss it with a bit of lime juice. The key here is to start with the perfect avocado, one that's ripe yet not too ripe. We bread these like we would fried chicken, first into some seasoned flour, then into an egg wash, and finally into some seasoned breadcrumbs. Once they're all breaded, we coat them with cooking spray. That'll help them crisp up while they bake. While they're in the oven, we can whip up an easy cilantro sauce to serve with them. Told you it was easy and so different. With each bite, you get the crunch from the breading, followed by the creamy texture of the avocado. Dip, dunk, or spoon some sauce over them for even more goodness. To get the recipe, all you have to do is visit our website and look for crispy avocado wedges. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a creamy and crunchy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ready? And finally, a baby is born on board a flight. Frontier Airlines announced on social media that a passenger headed to Florida on a flight went into labor and gave birth while in the air, thanks to the help of flight attendant Diane Geraldo.
Frontier Captain Chris Nye made arrangements for the flight to be diverted from Orlando to Pensacola. Geraldo was hailed as exemplary and calm, and Nye said that the co-pilot and dispatch also pitched in to make for a smooth delivery.
Now, I wonder, free airfare for life? No. I mean, come on. I mean, think about it. That baby's got to be set up for life, or should be at least.
Yep. That's not how it works, but okay.
I know. See, this is good though. You're a realist, and I am an imaginary goofball that will think of anything going on. This would be a great partnership.
Yep.
Well, hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and on top of it, thank you for coming. It's going to be really exciting. I finally have a co-host.
No, thank you, Joe. I'm happy to be here.
And we have plenty of more things coming up with Good Morning Maine. That does it for the final hour here on our show. I'm Joe Cortez. Enjoy 25 Words or Less. Next up on Fox 22. We'll see you at 6 a.m. Monday morning.
Do you listen to the TV